IELTS speaking. Are printed books becoming obsolete?
Welcome to my YouTube channel, IGCSE English Kingdom.
Enjoying the content? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more. If you found this helpful, share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching.
Interviewer, why do you prefer printed books over ebooks? Candidate, for me, printed books are much easier on the eyes, especially at my age. I have been reading books my whole life, and I find that staring at a screen for too long can be very tiring. With a printed book, I don't have to deal with brightness settings or eye strain. I also love the experience of reading a real book, the smell of the pages, the feel of the paper, and the satisfaction of physically turning a page. It's something an ebook can never replace. Interviewer, do you think ebooks will replace printed books? Candidate, not completely, at least not in my lifetime. Many younger people seem to prefer reading on screens, but for my generation, printed books will always be special. Libraries, bookshops, and even universities still rely on physical books. Even though ebooks are growing in popularity, there will always be people who prefer to hold a book in their hands. I think both formats will continue to exist, but printed books won't disappear anytime soon. Interviewer, what is the biggest advantage of physical books? Candidate, no distractions. When I sit down with a book, I can focus completely on reading without any interruptions. With an ebook, you might get notifications, messages, or emails popping up on your screen, which can be quite distracting. Also, printed books don't need to be charged. You don't have to worry about battery life or screen glare. They are simple, reliable, and timeless. Interviewer, do you prefer printed books or ebooks? Candidate, honestly, I don't really have a preference because I don't read books very often. Most of the information I need I find online through articles, videos, or podcasts. I've never really tried reading an ebook, and I don't own many physical books either. If I need to learn something, I usually just look it up on the internet instead of sitting down to read a book. Interviewer, why do you think some people still like printed books? Candidate, I think it's because of habit and nostalgia. Many older people grew up with printed books, so they feel more comfortable reading them. Some people enjoy the traditional reading experience, where they can hold a book in their hands and turn the pages. There are also book collectors who love to own beautifully designed books for their shelves. I understand why some people still prefer printed books, but for me, it doesn't make a big difference. Interviewer, do you think ebooks will completely replace printed books in the future? Candidate, I'm not sure, but I think most people will eventually switch to digital reading because it's more convenient. Ebooks are easy to access, cheaper, and don't take up physical space. However, printed books will probably still exist for people who love them. Schools and universities might still use textbooks, and some people will continue buying books for special collections or gifts. So I don't think printed books will disappear completely, but they might become less common over time. Interviewer, why do you prefer ebooks over printed books? Candidate, I love reading, and for me, ebooks are much more practical. I read a lot, and carrying a tablet or an e-reader is much easier than carrying several heavy books. I can have hundreds of books stored in one device, which makes it perfect for traveling. I also like how I can adjust the font size and brightness to make reading more comfortable. Plus, I can highlight text, take notes, and search for words instantly, which is really useful. Interviewer, do you think ebooks are better than printed books in every way? Candidate, not necessarily. There are pros and cons to both formats. Ebooks are convenient, lightweight, and sometimes cheaper than printed books. However, I do understand why some people prefer physical books. They feel more personal, and some people just enjoy flipping through pages. Also, some older people might find technology confusing, so printed books are easier for them. Personally, I prefer ebooks, but I wouldn't say they are better for everyone. Tips. Choose what suits you. Printed books for comfort, ebooks for convenience. Consider eye strain. Screens can be tiring, while paper is easier on the eyes. Think about space and travel. Ebooks save space. Printed books feel more personal. Balance both. Use ebooks for portability, but enjoy printed books for deep reading. Technology versus tradition. Both have their pros and cons. Pick what works best for you.